Happy Global Accessibility Awareness Day, guys. What's going on? Welcome back to your favorite solo comedy podcast, Unremarkable. Another weekends with that, guys. Got your, make sure that you got your bag packed. I will not be handling it for you. Going to be kind of a short weekend, I think. It's Mother's Day, so you could have that, bitch take you on Sunday, the white woman Mother's Day. I already messed up with the acknowledgement of when we're filming this, but hey, you know what? Dad needs a week to prep. But today is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Great day, guys. I am your host, your safari guide in this little adventure we're about to go on. Very accessible. Your little drinking pal, Goose, Gonzo Gazpacho, on all the profiles. Do the following, the hitting us up. Check us out on the social meds, guys, on unremarkable.pod. Let us know of any drink wrecks that you might want to see Dad check out. Any poison that's been tickling your fancy. If you want me to do a little review of that, I can check out what you guys like, and I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'll be stuck with it for an entire episode if you want to see your name on a little marquee. Everybody loves that. Topics you might want to hear my humble opinion on. We got this week we got a little like a Smirnoff 8%er, a little smash they call it. I don't like the name, but it's good. It's pretty good. It's a peach mango. Can't really go wrong. I am a 5-year-old. Peach mango is like the, what they make the little fruit cup kind of things that you feed your kid, the little Go-Gurt kind of stuff. Very easy, very accessible. Huh? As always, do the liking of the video, rate us on Spotify, review, whatever it is that you guys need to be doing to put us up on the list there. People need to be checking out the pod, checking in with old Pop. Huh? A lot of store-boughts recently, and we'll get into the... Dad needs to stock the bar. Yeah. I hear it. I hear you. You being me. Need to stock the bar. We'll get on that. But it's Accessibility Day. The bar not being accessible to us. This is for like disabled people. I'm pretty sure. But I like to think of it as what is accessible. Are these people able-bodied? What's accessible to them? We need to help these guys out. Some of them, some of the disability having people need to be also checked up on. Check up on your disabled friends. Let us know how your disabled friends are doing. Really lock that wheelchair down and just play Unremarkable in front of them. Get our numbers up. Come on. Help us out. Make Unremarkable more accessible. That's our MAGA hat right there. This is a day to bring awareness to what is accessible to these people. Digitally, physically, whatever. They are underrepresented people. We're fighting that. We're fighting that this week. We have a new statue in New York. Get a load of this, gal. Get a load of this 12-foot statue. Bronze statue. It looks bronze, at least. I don't know. This is an artist from UK. This is his interpretation. This is his reflective piece on the diverse personalities of New York. This guy, I don't know who signed off on this. I think there's a little bit of smack talk here to be had. I don't know how long this man had spent in New York, how long this man had spent. He really needs to go to the Midwest. Go to the crack of dawn, huh? I don't know what her name is, but that crack's big. That crack's big, huh? Big black broad. I'm assuming she's black. I'm assuming she's a black woman. Not because it's a bronze statue, but because look at that face. Look at that hair. Nothing else to do with it. Real good build on her, you know what I mean? Sturdy broad. This is a woman who called the neighbors, who called 911 on her Dominican neighbors across the street and just watched as things unfolded because she went, I'll call. I told y'all I'd do it. I don't. What is this supposed to say to the tourists coming into town, huh? The bronze statue, I was right, entitled Grounded in the Stars is one of the 2 art installations. There was another one. This one, obviously, taking the cake. Huh? This one takes the cake. This one steals the show. 12-foot bronze statue of a young woman in everyday clothes stands with confidence. A nod to Michelangelo's something. Don't, David, what? This is a nod to Michelangelo's David. Well, you should have had her pussy out then, right? Because David's got a little dingus on him, right? David's got, I don't remember what the backstory is on the small piece David's packing. Makes me feel represented. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I've been seen. I got less bush than David, though. I got less going on haircut-wise than David. Doubt that Grace has less bush than David. I somehow doubt that. I don't know what it's like, the waxings. I mean, if you look at these two side by side, I guess. There's a representation of people from different eras. Honestly, he nailed it. This artist kind of nailed what's going on. It's just kind of, if America is anything, is it not this? Is it not just... There ought to be a button on her ass she could press where she goes, mm-hmm. Honestly, echoing through Times Square. Give him a snap. Grounded in the Stars. One of the 2 art installations by British artist Thomas J. Price. Work is challenging people's assumptions about identity and representation. No, it's not. It's not challenging any idea really publicly of what's going on. This is pretty spot on. It's not challenging anything. This is what America sees. The intention of my public work is to become part of the place they inhabit. No shit. And its physical, material history, as well as the visitors that pass through and around the location, no matter how fleeting. Yeah, Grounded in the Stars. Listen, hard to tell the age on this one. It says young woman. That really could be of any. That could be a mother. That could be a, young grandma. Obviously, it's not that old. David over here looking around 22. I say that because that's legal. I don't know what was legal at the time. But David standing there with his dick out, really just giving him the, did I do that pose? 26. He was 26. Yeah, I was pretty spot on there. Early 20s. That's when you want to make a statue of somebody, though, is early 20s. That's when people are peak, ask Leonardo DiCaprio. If you tell Leo, that statue's of a 36-year-old woman, Leo goes, yuck! Yucky! He goes, at first, I kind of thought, maybe I would. But then you told me its expiration date had come around. Leonardo DiCaprio is perfect for, he's the embodiment. Because women want to talk shit about Leonardo DiCaprio and tell him and say that he's like a pig for not dating a woman over 30. He wants in the 20s. But then you see women reaching 30 and they talk kind of the same shit that Leo talks about you 30-year-old broads. You know? How are women judging Leo? You do the same to yourself, right? I didn't expect to be making a good case for Leo here. Attorney at law, Gonzo Gaspacho. Leo, hit me up if you ever need, to a little bit of help fighting a defamation suit because a girl lied to you about her age in the way that you don't like. And you went, I could have had, stomach ulcers eating these older pussies, huh? I ate that thing. Oh my God. I got home and sick to my stomach. Does she have a name? I think Gladys. I think really, if there is to be a statue of a obviously judging black woman, we have seen so many world star videos where there's a fight happening between, amongst teenagers or youngins, and the odds are there is a woman that looks just like that triumphant figure. Quote, triumphant figure. Okay, well, maybe Queen Latifah had a little bit to do with this, because you ever seen a Queen? You ever put yourself through a Queen Latifah movie? You ever watched one of those things where it's like Defiance, nobody asked to be represented there? I just don't buy it with Queen Latifah. Not the Equalizer, okay? Not my Equalizer, I will say. Denzel, perfect Equalizer. Sure, I buy that. But you put Queen Latifah on a mountain bike, and she's going through the street. What was that Jimmy Fallon movie that she had done with him? Was it Taxi? Was it just called Taxi? I watched it and remember nothing except that shit in the beginning of the movie with Queen Latifah just hustling on a bike, really doing jumps that most able-bodied people, most accessible-bodied people would not be trying. But Queen Latifah has no range as for how impressive she would like to make herself look in the projects that she's in. I think that's the disingenuous thing. That's a word, right? I think that's my problem with Queen Latifah, is she wants to be Chuck Norris. She wants to. You can't place folklore around yourself. Okay? It's one of those syndromes. And I had said this about the new pope, about, how the new pope has to take on a new name, right? Just a new name. My boy Bobby over there in the Vatican had no idea that they would be calling him Leo. You know who does that is your nonverbal, for the beginning of his life, your autistic cousin that came home from summer school. And you're like, hey, Johnny. And he's like, call me Leo. And that's not even his middle name, or it's nothing that anybody called him. It's just he made up a fucking name. That's Queen Latifah to me. Call me Leo. Call me Leo. We got some business to discuss, DiCaprio. We got some Gilbert Grape 2. They didn't die in the movie. Mama did. I got a bunch of ideas. Don't even worry about it. Just let me know. Just hit me up. Love it. Honestly, you know what? Great representation. I don't care if it is backhanded, which she has done to her children, this triumphant statue, standing there, hands on her hips. She only backhands her kids. It's just easier, You work with the inside of your hand. You hit them with the knuckle part, right? She don't care about no sound, huh? I don't care how loud it is. It's gonna hurt. Wang! Man series. Oh, okay. Okay, this is his other work. Involves stop motion animation of the heads of sculpted male figures that appear on 95 screens in the Times Square every night from 11:57 to midnight. Well, he couldn't afford, an hour. Midnight Moment. Revered the Midnight Moment program. Yoko Ono. Oh, okay. It features artists like Yoko Ono. It looks like claymation cavemen. Is what I thought it was, first glance. No disrespect if that's supposed to be somebody. Seriously, my bad on that one. It looks like a claymation caveman. Have you ever made a clay caveman? Because that looks like a pretty good one. Oh, fuck. Is that supposed to be him? Looks like
this is the artist that...
Oh, okay. Not the clay.
No.
Okay. Well, I could see if maybe he's just bad at clay. Turns himself into Black Norman Osborn. You hardly see, and maybe they're just not on television or the internet nearly as much, but UK black people with like waves. You never really see those, do ya? Need representation, man. Everybody needs representation. I'm pretty happy about the statue. I like the statue. Triumphant woman. I'm calling her Gladys. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what if they name it. And where it's really just in Times Square, huh? That's where the budget went. You could tell. How big was the budget? Jesus Christ. I mean, he could afford 95 screens for 3 minutes in Times Square. That's like Super Bowl shit. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. That's a lot of real estate, guys. That's all Times Square is screens. How many physical signs are there still in Times Square? I bet you nothing. Bodegas? Are there bodegas in Times Square? There's got to be. There's a bottom level, That's a big broad, man. That's a 12-foot broad. This is the new Avengers villain. This is just 12-foot Gladys swiping people down. This is an Avengers level threat right here. Powerful and purposeful. Well, you know what? Leave it, and here, maybe call me progressive, okay? That's what we like to do here on Unremarkable is out progressive. Everybody, who are you, huh? What kind of sexist? A black man from the UK to make a 12-foot tall, probably native to the Big Apple, which we all know New Yorkers love calling it that. Who are you, huh? To make this, you should have put a cape on her or something. Really gussy it up a little bit. Just, I don't think he put a bra on her. Really just t-shirt. Really kind of just came outside to see what the fuss was about. You know what I mean? Really just to see what all the commotion was. I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. I think they should put it in a neighborhood, though. Watch somebody try and take it. That's not saying anything about the people in the neighborhoods in New York. If you put a statue up, it's going to get stolen at one point. So a part of it's going to get stolen, especially bronze. Luckily, you didn't make that thing out of copper. Jesus Christ, that was smart. I dig it, man. Hey, listen. All in all, good representation. Honestly, the population of New York, I don't know how many of these it has. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't understand why they couldn't have had a New York artist do this. Really. But it's not in the budget, you know? And sometimes the budget's not accessible. After all, it is Accessibility Awareness Day. Certain things are not accessible to people. A lot of people, I mean, in this day and age, what is poverty at this point? Because even the poor's really do have some of the things. I think real estate is back as gold, is what it is. How much room you have, because anybody can have things at this point. I see poors walking around with iPhones. I see poors have bigger TVs than, each other, whatever that means. Poors have things. Sometimes poors have nothing, though. Sometimes poors don't have birthdays. Speaking of which, who have we not talked about it here in a little while? We needed an update, and I tell you what, we're going to give it to you, okay? Nobody asked about it. I feel like we're way ahead of the curve with this one. But it's the second installment on this podcast for First Prison Birthdays. Luigi Mangione had his first birthday in prison. Listen, this is an exciting thing. To make it to your birthday in prison, kind of big. Depends on the offense. For a hero, he was going to make it to his birthday. At first, we were really skeptical. He, how he didn't, unalive himself or whatever the kids are saying now. This guy, I mean, hey, as somebody with genetically given back pain, I've thought about it just because of that, And it's just special. He got ahead of he got over the hump here. He made it to his birthday. We really didn't know. It really was 50-50 there for a little while, whether he was going to Weinstein himself or whatever in there. And glad he made it. He looks great. The kid looks good. Doesn't look as stressed out as he probably should be. And he made it to his 27th birthday. Give me that. On my first prison birthday, the guards had gave to me several years for killing the wealthy. We need to know how well this man was treated on his first prison birthday. Luckily for us, journalists have nothing to do, so when a famous person goes to prison, it's pretty well covered what they got going on. Danny Masterson, I mean, we had the whole menu layout. I don't know, I'm pretty sure we were able to see what he chose as well on the menu for his first prison birthday. What was on the menu, or what did he have for his first prison birthday, Luigi? For breakfast, all right, here we go. This is real journalism, guys. This is American journalism at its finest, I've come to find. For breakfast, Luigi had a choice of fruit, cereal, breakfast, cake. Breakfast cake. Thought there might be a comma there. What the fuck is breakfast cake? Sugar substitute packets and skim milk. Don't confuse breakfast cake with birthday cake. Sorry. Sorry. Make your texts more bold. Maybe I would see that there wasn't a comma there. It certainly wasn't the latter. Then for lunch, well, what did he choose? What is breakfast cake? You guys aren't getting descriptive enough. They're falling off with their journalism a little bit. But he did have lunch. He did make it to lunch. Thank God. God save Luigi. The feds went all Italian on Luigi. Well, a little bit of context is needed. See, this just kind of isn't great context of writing. Then for lunch, the feds went all Italian on Luigi. Started feeding him hooks, kicking him into ribs, just really giving him the whole kit caboodle. I speak Italian. Kit and caboodle. Whatever. Yeah, I know. Damn it. Offering him pasta with meat sauce and chicken pea marinara, as well as I said chicken pea. I'm fucking retarded, dude. What is chickpea marinara? All right. Well, in spinach almost killed me one time, so who knows? Whole wheat bread, of course. Nothing but the best for my guy.
Fiber gains,
dude. Give me that whole grain shit. Give me that wheat, a little bit of whole grain. Make toast out of the whole grain. I want the wheat for the sandwich. Is what I want. Put the breakfast cake in between two wheats. Give me the whole grain toast. Fruit in a beverage. See, be more descriptive. What's the beverage? Are we talking sun tea? Huh? What's Italian here? Some wine and Coke? They were doing that for a minute. That was weird, right? Like red wine and Coca-Cola together? That was a weird thing. I'm pretty sure they just fed that shit to white women. That's really the whole market is what it is. You got a lot of guys getting married to white women, and the guys are military, or they're like out on an oil field, or doing a man's job and really taking time away from home. And then the women have nothing to do. They refuse to work or get to know their children. They really just spend their time fuck all doing nothing. Just TikTok scrolling. Whereas a lot of Italians on TikTok, you may come to find, these guys just pushing shit ass propaganda, going, oh, we've done this. That will turn into fucking Asian. It may as well have been Asian. It may as well have been going, this ancient family secret. Coke and the red wine. We raw red wine. Do the Coca-Cola. I figure the Coke and wine was just Italian bullshit. They say a bunch of shit. They say this isn't real Italian, or Italians have been doing this, and just stick to your guns and hit women, Italians. That's what you should be doing. Hitting women and often bosses, like Luigi, like my guy. And pick one or the other, by the way. You don't want to be like hitting women, but also a guy that we root for. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. And it depends on the woman, I guess. It depends on the woman. Okay, we got lunch out of the way here. Dinner seemed pretty grody. Okay, at least on paper. Luigi was served a chicken patty sandwich or chickpea burger. Ew, what's wrong with a chickpea burger? The burger itself is made out of chickpea? What? Yeah, we need to. What the fuck is a chick? See, listen. I understand the Impossible Burger and all that. Is that all that shit is? Is chickpea? Is it the Impossible Burger, the vegan burger? Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. I mean, you could put anything into these patties, and people will eat it. They'll go for their demographic. Half of them don't even know what they're putting in their bodies.
They're garbanzo beans, like Zabumafu.
I don't even know if I've had garbanzo beans. Those are chickpeas. Oh, God. It's like the scallion thing. It's just a different fucking word for it. Well, can't give an honest review here. I think don't judge too quickly, though. I mean, this kid is a well taken care of kid. Like, he's a very healthy guy. How do you know he didn't request a chickpea burger? By the way, the man's in prison for murder. And you're going chickpea burger. Yeah, he shot a man in the back. You don't know what this guy likes, dude. You don't know what this man's taste is. He may have wanted the CEO for dinner. You know what I mean? And, you know, with the fucking stones on this guy, give it to him. Really? Let him eat whatever the fuck he wants. It really is. It's so confusing that he's not dead. There's so many things that we didn't really talk about with Luigi Mangione. But, you know, he had steamed rice, pinto beans, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, hamburger, bun, and a beverage. You guys stop with beverage. What is beverage? Because if he drank wine, I'm going to fucking kick you in the head. Don't call water a beverage. He obviously didn't have any alcohol unless it was like hooch, in which I am positive somebody made him hooch. It's his fucking birthday. He basically entered prison as the Batman villain that killed like Robin. You know what I mean? Where everybody was like, yeah, you know what? We're all on your side. And, you know, you did a good chunk of work. You really got people going there. Somebody better have made him hooch. He better be getting his, you know, probably very handsome penis sucked on in there. He's wearing nice clothes. That's him in prison, right? He's wearing nice clothes. Ah, damn. Well, it seems like he stayed in shape for the most part. He really was a good-looking kid before he went in. You know, got the full tits. You know, the pectorals that the young guys have. You know what I mean? Before metabolism catches up to you. And maybe he's fighting against that. Maybe chickpea burgers really just metabolizes quicker than shit. The fact that we didn't say that he was gay or anything with this picture, a little, will he, won't he kind of scenario. You know what I mean? A little, are you happy to be in there for certain reasons? But then I see a picture like this and I'm like, this guy fucks chicks, dude. This guy fucks chicks hard too. Not for them. Not for their pleasure. He's really just slamming away on them because he just needs to feel something other than his spine. You know? Wham! You fucking hear that? You hear that? You're just... Yeah, man. Very cool. I don't think they got nearly into as much detail with Luigi as they did with our boy Danny Masterson. Of course, Trump probably not being on his side. But why would Trump be vocal about this? I mean, Trump's not a person that can take his fucking face off a website as a CEO. He really has, throughout my entire life at least, loved the limelight. It really has been. When you're being protested on Wall Street in the 80s, you don't spend the rest of your time really shying away. Apparently you do things like, you know, seek presidency. Who'd have thought? You know, things are happening we can't explain. But, you know, I mean, at least a good healthy birthday meal was accessible to Luigi Mangione. We wish him well. Can't wait for the next birthday. I think we start up a GoFundMe for Luigi's next birthday. I think we start up a small fund for a donation to where Luigi can you know, really have what he wants, you know? I don't know if it's a backhanded thing where they're like, listen, chicken parm. Huh? You want chicken parm? I mean, that's what you end up having at Dad's on the weekend. You know, is a chicken parm. I could put 2 pieces of whole wheat on either side of it, and you got a chicken parmesan, huh? Chicken parmesan Sammy. You know, they're Tyson patties, so we don't know, exactly what part of the chicken's in there. And it's ragu, so you decide. But hey, there's only so many microplastics in the bread, right? We need to start up a fund for Luigi Mangione to have a good, healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner for his next birthday meal. It reportedly consisted of a standard jail breakfast, including fruit and cake-like breakfast cake. Yeah. Made from commissary items, sugar substitute, skim milk. Description of breakfast cake suggests it was not a typical prison-cooked cake, but rather a dish assembled using items available for purchase within the prison. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, these guys have to be being nice to him. I don't know if it was... You're making it unclear as to whether or not this was made by other inmates for him. Cake and hooch. And they collected belly button lint and earwax and fucking ass grease. And then, kind of just try to pack that over a slow burning wick. That way you get a little bit of a candle in there. Did they sing to him? I don't know if you guys would find it creepy or endearing, but hearing a bunch of inmates quietly sing happy birthday through the hall as like what are the officers there? What are what do you call the cops in a prison?
Correctional officer?
Yeah. As a correctional officer standing at the end of a hall, do you find it creepy or endearing that you hear, 23 voices going, "Happy birthday, dear Luigi. Happy birthday." And then one of them has to be annoying and go, "And Scooby-Doo, and da, ba, ba." Do you ever hear one of those fucking guys? God damn, hated that shit. That's your autistic cousin Leo again. Don't understand why he came up with the name Leo. His name's fucking Tyler. Fucking Guy Fieri's kid over here. Yeah, well, we just hope that everything is accessible to anybody, no matter if they're disabled or not. Hopefully, it's seen as the same thing. Not to say disabled people don't matter. Not to say able-bodied people matter more or less than disabled people. And that needs to be... it's a shame I even have to say that. They're all important. They're all important people. Anybody with the mind of their own, I hope, has the things that they want and or need, mostly need, but want too. Quality of life. The things that you want should be accessible to you, no matter what those might be. People need to learn their own lessons. Sometimes cheeseburgers being too accessible to people is a real fucking nightmare, okay? But it doesn't matter. They got to learn their own lessons. They got to learn from their own life. And an Ohio raccoon, I'm going to go ahead and name Rocket because it just makes sense. I will add that this raccoon, I believe, has a name. Chewy. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure it's somebody's raccoon. He was found in a routine traffic stop. This car is looking fucked up, guys. And, they get the occupants out of the vehicle, but there's a raccoon in there. I don't know. Maybe the taillights were out. Maybe it was busted windows. Something. This car looks like shit. It could have been anything, really. And the people in it weren't looking too fucking, in great condition either. These are real dinged up looking people. I think the inside of this car is graffitied. And it just kind of goes how you would expect. In Ohio, they found a meth pipe, which, is very endearing at a certain point. Because when you're watching the body cam footage, this cop, he's just laughing. He's just giggling. And he's like, oh, there's a meth pipe. And he's just, oh my God. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen, huh? It's just this fucking raccoon is holding this crack pipe doing like, he's like looking at the cop going, okay, I usually have somebody help me with this. I can't really light it on my own. And he goes, you look it up, he goes, okay, now. And his little hands are working, trying to spin the thing. It's the cutest goddamn thing you've ever seen. This raccoon just trying to light up on a Thursday afternoon. Seemed to really like the middle of the day. Very bright out. Maybe the car doesn't look too bad. Is that like a bag over there? It looks like blue drawings over there. No, it's a bag. That's probably what the raccoon was in. Is this little bag. That's a really dumb name for a raccoon, by the way. Chewy. Chewy's something you name a dog that looks like Chewbacca because you're not creative enough. And then if you're stupid, you're like, he's like Chewbacca. This raccoon is just like Chewbacca. There's a difference between not having creativity and just being full-blown stupid. And I can say that because these people are meth addicts. I can talk all the shit I want about a meth addict. Who's going to stop me? A meth addict? Come get it, baby. I'm putting chiclets across the street. A woman has been arrested after the raccoon named Chewy was found holding a meth pipe in the driver's seat of her car. Hell yeah. Strange encounter on patrol. Not in Ohio, baby. 7:15 p.m. It's still bright out. It's still bright out in Springfield at 7:15. Not necessarily the middle of the day. Hey, and if this raccoon wants to light up past 7, that's his own goddamn choice. That's his life. It's his business. They decided to conduct a traffic stop on South Arlington Road after identifying the vehicle whose registered owner had an active warrant. So you guys are just like checking anybody, huh? Suspend a driver's license. Do these guys just run plates all fucking day? That's not exactly cool. I mean, you got to have a reason for a stop, no? This is America, after all. Things took an unusual turn, according to police, as Officer Branham, fucking dumbass last name, returned to the vehicle. He observed a raccoon named Chewy. I doubt he asked him his name. Sitting in the driver's seat with a meth pipe in the mouth. If we're going to call this raccoon by name throughout this article, can we please call it a pookie? It's not a meth pipe. It's a pookie. This is a cute story. We need to be cute about it. Meth pipe, not very cute. Sucking on a pookie, pretty cute. Pretty cute. He's just spinning. I can't get it out of my mind. He's just twisting. Because they learn. They're learning animals. They're not stupid. Yeah, dude, you put a fucking raccoon on meth, dude. Oh my God. That's got to be the most insane shit I've ever heard. Dude, honestly, there's only so many animals that go from fucked up to problematic when you introduce meth into the situation. Let's do a list here. Elephant. You put an elephant on meth, you got a real problem, kid. You're going to have to put that thing in a sinkhole, okay? It's not going to stop. It's going to ruin your city, that thing. Chimp. Okay? Are we going back to the gorilla? You want to do 100 methed out men versus one gorilla? Because then you're losing a little bit of inhibition. If you just put a lot of meth behind the gorilla, like he's guarding it around meth addicts, it's going to be a lot easier to talk those men into fighting that gorilla. Because that was the main argument we talked about it last episode, but most of you are not going to go through with it. You're going to watch one guy get peeled like a fucking orange, and half of you are going to run away. It's a fractions game. Another really, like, actually scary animal, and I don't want to hear any of you talking shit unless you know what you're talking about. Raccoons are cons, dude. Raccoons are evil cunts, dude. They will kill your fucking cat. You're gonna, you know what? Go ahead, man. Call him cute, whatever you want. But you try, having a little slate of land in a nice area where there's actual animals and weather, you're gonna find that fucking cat strung out across a tree one night because a raccoon went, I'm getting what I came for. They'll fucking open your tent, dude. Raccoons are fucking crazy. These are the reasons that there's a zipper on the inside of your tent, and it comes with a lock. It's that fucking thing. That disease-ridden, nasty piece of shit. Disgusting cunt with thumbs. Okay? Raccoons are not to be trifled with, bro. Raccoons are not a joke. They're not. It's just every animal's stupid enough to be domesticated. Now, everybody seeks comfort, no matter what that comfort looks like. It can find it. You can provide any animal comfort if you're, fucking observant at all. So the fact that some people have raccoons, it's not that surprising to me. I'm not going in your fucking house, though. I'm not petting Chewy. No, I'm not. I'm going to break that thing's thumbs off. And you put that thing on meth, dude, you may as well train it to rob houses. You may as well train it to unlock car doors and steal change and subwoofers. Because that is that is just as possible as teaching a raccoon to drive. Which I'll remind you, pretty fucking likely. Pretty possible. Okay? I lump them in with possums. Possums don't have thumbs, though. Even uglier, by the way, possums. Both cunts, though. A lot easier to scare a possum away. Both creatures play possum. Isn't that fun? So even if you shoot and think you've killed this raccoon, it also plays possum. It lets you get close, and it just fucking grabs you by the leg and starts biting and starts fucking going to town. The dog's going fucking crazy. The dog's got a nuts look in its eyes because that bite from the raccoon already got in its blood, and it's just fucking going crazy. You're screaming like a bitch. People are laughing at you. It's the most terrifying thing that has happened to you in your life. But possums, just don't let it get to you. How fucked up is that mouth? That alligator mouth. What a nasty piece of shit that is. Possums are fucking nasty. I'm not taking that back. Ever. Ever, dude. It's like seeing a fucking snapping turtle. You go, what? Oh, no. Call me a pussy, bro. Call me a pussy. Whatever. But catch your fucking friend. Catch you around one of these fucking things and just notice it. And you're going, ooh, you're fucking out of your mind. They just latch on to you. They kind of have thumbs too, huh? Fuck you. Fuck you. Too many things have thumbs, bro. Too many things have thumbs. Honestly, those are the scariest ones. Elephants and shit, like big animals, are scary, but for a different reason. Like that's that phobia of large things much larger than you. I don't remember what it's called. But it's, I think it covers way too many things, like sea storms and sea creatures, like just gigantic things. Megalophobia. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying though, is I think you either have it if you're terrified of horses, okay? Or like giant cyclopses. I think that anything larger than you is really lumped in. Wide range of things, including large animals, buildings, vehicles, natural formations like mountains and large bodies of water. I understand I get it, but a cruise ship is a lot more different and an intimidation factor than a horse. You know what I mean? A cruise ship is not unpredictable. It's not a cruise ship's not going to just kick you in the mouth out of nowhere. A horse will take your fucking head clean off. It won't, but Jesus Christ, you'll wish. You seen those bull videos? Papa loves sending me. Shout out Papa Goose. Second episode in a row. Papa loves sending me those fucking bull riding videos of people just actually getting their lives ruined. And, good. Honestly, I don't really condone. I think bull riding is really, it's like NASCAR. You know what I mean? But there's no mistreating the NASCAR. There is mistreating the bull. And you can call me a pussy, you could stop this video, whatever you want to do. But if you get your nuts like tied to your back, wouldn't that be a burden? Wouldn't that be a drag? Wouldn't that ruin the better half of your afternoon? I mean, you gotta have some fucking sense. I don't know. I've never had to argue with anybody that was defending bull riding, but mostly probably because I don't talk to Brazilians like that. I just don't have conversations with them. We don't know each other well. Not a big deal. They're not as accessible to me, is what I'm saying. They're not as accessible, and maybe one day they will be. Maybe one day I can talk to all the Brazilians I want. I don't fucking know. Periscope's gone. Haven't mentioned that in a few episodes. That was cool. You could talk to anybody on the planet. Very accessible app. I hope it comes back. I'd love for that to happen, and then just deny all the slurs that I've said. Accessible, guys. We are hoping to make the podcast more accessible on the formats that you guys watch the podcasts on. But you can go ahead, Spotify, YouTube, give us a rate and review or whatever. Do the liking of the episodes and the clips and comment. See what's going on. Give us your recs. Topics, drinks, whatever it is. If you just want to say hi to old Pop, I'm accessible. I promise you that. Till then, next week being then, that's it for us. Thank you for watching the episode, guys. We will be back next week, rest assured. Kissing some titties, signing some hands, shaking some babies. Miss me!